look, bro, do not be afraid to ask for help. Like, it's okay. Do not be afraid to ask for help, because there's a lot of times that you've went out your way to, do something for someone else, and it was inconsiderate on your end, but for them it was more convenient. But just because of who you are as a person, so whenever it's time for you to receive that on that end, for somebody to kind of like be a little bit inconvenienced, and for you to be, on the other side, it's okay. Like, accept that. Do not allow your pride to be, too high where you can't receive it. And I'm also speaking to myself, because I have that same issue, because with people like me, like I said, that have that, I don't want to ask for help to a certain degree, because we've been in previous situations where people have used that to hang over our head, you know what I mean? Or they use that as a level of manipulation to get what they want in certain situations, or to basically get like a one-up. You know what I mean? Now, that's a different circumstance. You know what I mean? That's something that we just got to heal from. We have to, like I said, just forgive and try to move on, and try to change our mindset to it, because everybody's not like that. You know what I mean? Everybody's not like that. So I feel like, you reap what you sow. If you know that you're a good person, if you know that you're you would extend your arm out and extend your hand out with certain people, know that you're just as deserving as them to, receive that same generosity that you always give. You know what I mean? Now, I will say, when going about doing something like this, you do have to be careful on who it is. You have to have a certain level of discernment who to ask. You know what I mean? Now, I can't tell you that you should ask this certain person or that certain person. It's really up to you. You know what I mean? Based off your relationship, it's going to be based off how the type of relationship that you've built with this person, or like if it's either a family member or this and that. Now, this don't even always have to be about money. This can be with time. This could be with just maybe just sacrificing a little time to do certain things with you, or help you with certain things. You know what I mean? So everything's not about money. So when it comes to that relationship and that person and who you're dealing with, just kind of have a level of discernment to know that, hey, I know I've, extended myself out to a certain degree. So I know that I will hope and assume that, this person will also do the same thing. But just don't put yourself under a lot of stress and unnecessary stress, and, just don't put yourself up under unnecessary stress just because you don't want to ask for help. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's a high pride level. Like, at the end of the day, that's us having a high pride level when we know we have came through for these people. But now it's time for us to receive that on the same end. Yeah, nah. Like, that's your pride. That's something that people like us, we need to work on. Okay. So if this is you, and it may not be you, it may be a friend, or you may be thinking about somebody, they like, oh yeah, this person, talk to them, tell them, send them this video or something. You know what I mean? Do not feel like you're undeserving of help. You know what I mean? From other people. And don't be afraid to ask them. Now, if they just say no, if they give you like an excuse, like, it's okay. Sometimes people can't help to a certain degree. You know what I mean? Some people are not in the position, and that's okay. Just don't make it seem like you're obsolete of that help that you've given and extended to everybody else too. You know what I mean? Because like I said, you're deserving of the same level of generosity that you've given people. So that's why I say you reap what you sow. So don't allow your conscience to beat you up, and don't allow your mind to be like, oh no, they ain't gonna help me, this and that. Now, some people will have that guilty conscience. I don't know if it's you. I know it ain't me. But some people will have that guilty conscience of, oh, I don't want to ask for help because I know they ain't going to help me because I didn't help them doing this, or I've been selfish in these type of ways where I know they're not going to come through for me. I ain't got that type of stuff because I know how I'm being. But if that's you and you feel like you truly have been selfish in a certain way, that's something that you need to work on now. That's something that you got to get in order and get in check within yourself. That, come on now, realize you reap what you sow. So if you're not reaping, if you're not going and sowing into people and helping people in different type of ways, giving that type of generosity, don't expect that back. Simple. I don't care who you is. You can have all the money in the world, you can do this and that, but if you're not a good person, if you're not that person that's gonna lend your hand out and help people to a certain degree, then I'm sorry that don't expect that back. But some people will still even help you, but all I would say is make sure, if you want help, if you want to be able to, eventually get to the point where, there are people, build those type of relationships with people. Don't just think it's one-sided. Don't just think that people got to help you, and you ain't got to help nobody else. You better get to helping. You feel me? You better get to helping. But anyways, yeah, that's the gist of it. I just wanted to basically just, because it's a spectrum. It's a spectrum with that. You know what I mean? But generally, the general way what most people are failing at, you know what I mean, with like the mentality behind it, is their pride is kind of, at a level where they're afraid to ask for help from the people that they've even helped, or to a certain group of people, because they just afraid that they're going to hang it over their head one day. Yeah. That's just the normal way that we've always seen, but we rewire our brain and recondition it. That's why I'm even making this video. So like I've told y'all, I've been making a lot of these videos, and I legit be rewatching my videos dang near every night, bro. I dang near rewatch my videos every night, because I realize that I'm a very self-reflective type person. I'm humble enough to know that, my nigga, I don't have all the answers. I'm not always right. I'm okay with learning along the way. I'm okay with receiving criticism. I'm okay with being wrong, completely wrong, and having to relearn something, and that's okay. You know what I mean? It is what it is. That happens. But like I said, I'm making these videos because I be wanting to, if maybe just 30 seconds of what I'm talking about, or something that I say, or I'm reminding myself, if it can hit one of y'all, or kind of like change your perspective, or kind of give y'all like a different way of thinking about things, then that's all I'm here for. Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's all I'm here for. We've all becoming the best version of ourselves. We all trying to make it. We all trying to, do something great. We trying to do something worth living for. We're trying to be in a space where we're happy and we're content. Not just happy and content, but we're grateful. We're happy. We are, what is it? We're purpose. We feel meaningful the way we live. We wake up every day and we feel purpose. We feel meaningful. We don't feel like we freaking living for somebody else. We don't feel like we living a life that we don't want to live. You know what I mean? So all I'm gonna say is just keep doing you, man. Keep helping people. Keep loving people. Keep doing what it is that you want people to do for you as well. Don't do it in expectation for something in return. Don't do that. You know what I mean? That's a little manipulation. You know what I mean? But I'm saying, just know, at the end of the day, you reap what you sow. If you're a loving kind person, you're gonna reap that as well. You're gonna find people that's gonna have love and be kind to you as well. So love your neighbors as you love yourself. Like, everything go back to the Bible, bro. Everything go back to the Bible. It's just life. It's simple life stuff, bro. So all I'm saying is, like I said, y'all, keep praying. I always end my video like that. Like, keep praying. Keep developing your relationship with God, even if it's, a little bit per day, or a few minutes per day. Make sure you taking time out specifically for God, because your spiritual health is when I say, it's the access to your life wealth. I would say that. You know what I mean? For your abundance, you know what I mean? Your faith is, the level of your faith is going to be determined based off of your, wait, I said that wrong. The level of your faith, you know what I mean? The level of your faith and how much you put into your faith is going to show in the outcome of your abundance, like how abundant your life is. You know what I mean? How abundant your life is going to be. So continue to stay prayed up. Love God, love people, and y'all be safe. Now get off my phone.